Hello, everyone. This is Patrick, Comics and Collectibles, soon to be Hobbies and Habits. I think that's the title or the name of the channel I'm going to go with. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in the future as I get more time to actually start changing everything to hobbies and habits. All right, for now, let's go ahead and get into this bust. This was formerly a Spider-Man or some spider character. I don't even know because they have so many Spider-Man related characters. It's hard to keep up, and I don't know the name of them. At any rate, it's soon to be a Carnage. I think this is going to be an absolute Carnage figure once I'm done. You might be familiar with this spider on the chest, on the abdomen. So that might tell you who this used to be. Okay, what's going on so far? I have filled the base with resin, except for a small area underneath the base. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. I'll come back to it. And that's the purpose of this 5-hour energy drink bottle. Let me see, I filled it with resin. As you can see, I patched up some of it here because I think I had put some air dry, was it air dry clay? Or maybe it was plaster of Paris, probably plaster of Paris. I'll put some in here. And let me tell y'all something, folks. If you're not familiar with plaster of Paris, that stuff expands. I finally realized that that's what was causing a lot, if not all of the cracks in my models. It causes them to crack. And so I had to repair the crack with some epoxy clay. Let me see. So that's what the white stuff is right there. Yeah, I think it has a couple of cracks on the base. And another thing, since I'm talking about the base, you probably notice there's something here. Yep, that is hot glue. Because this thing is so heavy, and again, I fill it with resin. I fill the head with resin also, and I put some epoxy clay. I molded this over the actual face that was here, and that is heavy. So it created all, and let me turn them to the side so you'll better understand what I'm saying. As you can see, the figure leans forward. So once I added all that weight up top, it made it want to topple over. So in order to prevent that, I had to put some hot glue right here to kind of balance things out. It's a little wobbly. I'll have to correct that, but yeah, that's what that's about. Let's talk about his mug. Oh no, before we go up. All right, what I'm about to do, and let's get a pointer. What I'm about to do here is I'm about to add some of this Daz terracotta clay. And this is a first for me, folks. I've heard a lot about this. And what attracted me to it was it's air dry. I don't want to be dealing with putting stuff in the oven to get it to cure or harden, whatever. So I'm going to try this terracotta. And what I'm going to do with the terracotta is, since the absolute Carnage emblem or spider has 8 legs and I can only see 4 legs here, what I'm going to do is fill in this space right here. Okay, I'm going to bring the terracotta up to the level. As you can see, this is it embossed, embellished, embossed, emblazoned? I don't know. Whatever, you know what I mean. It's raised contour. It's higher than this part right here. So what I'm going to do is bring this area right here up to the same level as this right here. I'm going to fill in this space too. And then I'm going to carve out additional arms or legs so that he has, let me see. Yeah, so he'll have 8. So that's what the terracotta is for. I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out. I hope it works better than the regular white air dry clay, because that stuff tends to flake sometime. It might crack, and I don't want to deal with that. Once I get this clay on, I want it to be there permanently, and I don't want no issues with it in the future. All right, let's see what else. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about carving out the teeth. In case you can't tell, and you probably can't because I'm not the best carver in the world, But this side of the face here is going to be the Carnage side. This is going to be the Cletus. Oh, that almost sounds like another word. So let me leave that alone. This is going to be the Cletus side right here. And he's going to have an eye and all of this. Okay, there, now you can see it. All of this up here, this is going to be the symbiote slowly filling in his entire face. All right. Hope that made sense. So I have to carve in like regular human teeth on this side, and I have to carve in Carnage teeth on that side. Okay, let me see. There's the absolute symbol up there. What else? What else? What else? And yes, folks, I am aware that I am recording in portrait mode. That's because it seems like majority of my figures that I deal with, they are vertical. Hardly any of them are horizontal. So if I tried to do this horizontally, you'd be seeing all this extra stuff on the side that just gonna clutter up the video and distract from what I'm talking about. And yes, I'm in my kitchen again. My regular. Ooh, add that one to Dale's dictionary. My regular work area in my room is cluttered again because I'm working on 2 or 3 different models in there, and it's all over. And out in the garage right now where I do my painting, it's too cold, so I'm stuck in the kitchen. All right, so much for that. All right, let's see. Okay, I already talked about that. And okay, you know what? Let's talk about this. I already said earlier that I had tried to put some, well, I didn't try. I did put some plaster of Paris in the base, which caused it to crack. And there's more cracks right there, as you can see. And it just destroyed where the bus attaches to the base. It just destroyed it. It was all cracked, so I had to reconstruct that. And so now the bus is permanently attached to the base with epoxy clay. That's what this is. I glued it with some super glue and then put in some epoxy clay for additional strength. Let's see. I think I might have some video of what it looked like. I'll have to find it so you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see. I had to patch up a crack right there. And I am magnetizing the tendrils, folks. And whenever I do something and I'm not good at it and it turns out good or successful, I'm proud of myself. I would pat myself on the back, but I'd have to put the camera down. Okay, so I am magnetizing the 2 tendrils. The head is permanently attached to the body. I decided to just go ahead and permanently attach it with this. I think that is epoxy clay. I'm sure it is. Yeah, so it's permanently attached now. Let's see. I think that's it, folks. Let me see. Let's go ahead and turn him over. Okay. All right, now, you see the mess I have down here? That red stuff, that's resin. I just added color, so if it drips while I'm pouring it into something, and I can see the color, because that clear resin, sometimes it can start dripping on me, and I don't really notice it till it's too late. So I colorized it so I could see it if it starts to run and drip everywhere. All right, but anyway, as you can see, it's pretty much filled except for, okay, my pointer is all the way in up to my fingers, that deep. Now, what I'm gonna do is, okay, I think I'm gonna have to cut off, oh, now we can see it. I'm gonna cut off part of this bottle and insert it all the way till there's just a little bit, hold on. Okay, I gotta make this make sense. When I cut it off, the bottom of this bottle will be even with the bottom of the base. That will allow me to add material to it to give it more weight and to take the weight out. Now, in this instance, I will not be adding any weight to it because it's filled with resin. The resin is not coming out ever. Okay, let me explain this. I've been working on a system that will allow statue owners to add weight to their figures if they want to, they can take the weight out. Also, it's kind of a three-part system. Adding weight to the statue. This also allows you to ship it at a less cost, smaller cost. It allows you to ship it. Okay, it allows you to ship it for less money because, of course, once you take all of the weight out and you ship it, it's going to cost less because it doesn't weigh as much. The third part of this involves some type of reusable box that would take less space when you store the box. And that's all stuff I'm working on. Most of it is in my head, but this is just part of it. So I will be just experimenting. That's the whole purpose of me even using this on this figure, just to experiment to see how I can perfect this system. So I'll cut it off, put it in there, and just it's going to become part of the figure. Once I'm done, I'll add some clay or something just to attach it permanently, and that's just to see how it works. All right, and I think that is it, folks. Let's stand it back. Oh, this is heavy. That resin really adds a lot of weight. Okay, let's get this bottle out. All I need is for this thing to fall over, hit the floor. I'll be crying like a baby. All right, so that's it, folks. I'm about to add this terracotta, give it, I guess, a day or two or however long to dry, and then I'll move on to the next phase. Thanks for watching, and if you are still supporting the channel, I want to thank you for that also. Really appreciate you. All right, folks, bye. Okay, let's see your best side, Carnage. Is the Cletus side your best side, or the Carnage side? Let's see. Oh, one more thing, folks. No, I did not make his head oversized or too big for the body. It came this way. It's a very stylized 3D model, so it is supposed to be that big in comparison to the body. All right, thanks again. Bye.